a new thing that happens in the games when you full guard. We've added a lot of little subtle nuances into this to make it a far more effective technique and to get kind of a bit more reaction from my opponent. Just got doing this on my full guard. So we're going to have our punch got to do a good jiu-jitsu so the hands right to the hips. What I do is I've got two ways of dealing with this. I always put my elbow on the inside. I don't want him to hand fight to keep the distance, especially when we're talking about a gi and I'm trying to get my hand into the collar. So my elbow comes in. What I'm doing is kind of two things at once. Is I shove my hip to the side and my knee pulls forward. Right, so what I'm doing is I don't bring my, if I'm moving this side here, it's that knee that pulls forward. Right, so we have kind of got my frame, my elbow comes in nice and deep, is I lift my hips off the ground a little bit, move to the side, swim. As my partner kind of gets his posture, I come up and I hook it. So I'm doing some pumping deep, my hand's coming over, I'm trying to get my hand as deep into me. So I'm not kind of grabbing here, I'm trying to grab as deep as I can, like to my armpit. I'm posting up. When we post, is my structure has to be hands backwards, so it's a frame. My hands are forward. This is a really hard mechanic to get up. But when I go backstroke, it allows me to come up. It keeps a distance, which makes it harder for him to grab and have a solid frame. So we're just going to start this nice and slow from here. So it's inside my guard, my elbow comes in, dip the hip, pull forward. As it comes up, backstroke, come over and just get this nice and deep. At no stage am I ever trying to grab his wrist. I'm always about elbow control to my body and I'm posting from here. This one's trying to get on the inside, which makes it harder for him to backstep and move. Because I've got the, even if he backs, I've got the ability to sit to control the shoulder. Okay, warm up that, 1, 2, 3. So, we're here. Sometimes it's easier for me not to bring my leg forward. So sometimes it's easier to go elbow, dip the hip, back straight, come up and dig it. Like I said, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my elbow as close to my body as I can. First motion is this, I'm trying to do my hip bump straight, but my partner's driving forward into me. So what I do is, I'm going to throw my bottom over his knee. I throw my bottom over his knee and I sit. And this will cause the shoulder to go towards the ground and make the arm a really nice position for me to grab. You've got, instead of cutting your shoulder, I know that's your back shoulder. So you've got two choices on this one. We can go the traditional Kimura grip or we can cup it the Arjun of Genie. The beauty about the Arjun of Genie is that if I do the Kimura and he straightens his arm to get out of it, it goes straight to my cutting arm bar. Where if I go this grip here and he straightens up, it doesn't really go, it's a bit harder to finish. So the choice is yours. No, it doesn't matter. Can I go here please? Give your shoulder a rest down. So it's inside the guard, once again it's the full guard and it's kind of done simultaneously. So elbow, hip, back stroke, come up, here, tip my hip, swing and it drives it down. So from here, I can go hunting to get my Kimura grip or I can double this up. When I double up, it's my shoulder that does the Kimura. So the only way for him to escape it is to flick his arm straight. As he flicks his arm straight, it goes straight to my cutting arm bar, he takes it over my head, and I go to my traditional Kimura anyway. So I've got more choices with the I Dream of Genie grip than I do with your traditional Kimura grip. So one more time, from here, so it's elbow, dip the hip, back stroke and swim. So kind of one motion, back stroke, swim, come up, dig it deep. I'm trying to hip bump him, I'm having trouble. Throw my hip backwards and over. So I'm not just moving, I'm going to go here. So as I roll, my elbow goes towards the ground, put him in the position. Swim, cup it. Once I'm here, raise my shoulder. Kimura, he extends to get over. Cup it on my head. Put both my arms in, try to avoid. So I've got a big valley here. I'll put the arm into the valley. He defends it, so over my head. Cup it, and we're back to our traditional Kimura. So 3 for 1.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Is we're here, the hands in, so my elbow comes in, hip dip, 2 motions, back straight, come up and over, go to my hip up, sweep and squeeze strong, go my elbow to the ceiling over my head, and sit there. cinch my hip, here, come under. So there's more pressure on your shoulder and less pressure on your chest. So once I'm here, that, you breathe. So I'm seeing some of you guys concentrating on that. So if I keep this pinned in, if he tries to swing his arm, it's stuck. But what I'm seeing guys actually rolling that, you're kind of throwing it. So I'd rather have an abdominal crunch to pressure here. As far as this goes, but I'm not trying to move this. In fact, it's easier to lock in sit to position and now draw. And then that's the difference to it. I'm seeing some guys trying to hook it in. I'm giving him a lot of playtime, a lot of space. So the more that I catch my guard, the more that I'm putting pressure here goes. If I get to the Arjun of G, Kimura, and he does roll his hand to my head, all I'm doing now is I raise my head and I pull it down. If he takes his hand over my head, I gently push and I look on the back instead. It's far better than the other Kimura. Of course I'm not in the position, I've got the body lock to finish it. So that last Kimura, you're better off switching it to the back take instead of going to that high five Kimura. So again, so we catch it there. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Rock and roll, come under, push onto his shoulder, pop, he manages to get his arm, play the elbow, pops it like the top, hold it, push, drive, in position. So now I've got this ability to kill my partner. 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of variables that will dictate how I'm taking the back, how they post, how wide they are, how long they are. There's a lot of variables, but there's a general guideline, a template that we follow that will kind of make it my choices a lot easier. Just go Dion again, please. So we're just going to shortcut the system if you guys don't mind. So just boom shanka here, high five Kimura, and defense. So we're kind of in this position. So I'm coming up. So what I find right now is because my hips are underneath my partner, as I try to come up, I'm gently driving into my partner, which makes it really hard to take the back control. But I find from here is if I go sideways from here, I give him this opportunity to pass go because I've taken the control off him. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to collapse this frame. So what I'm doing is I can grab high, I can grab low, it doesn't kind of matter at the moment, but what I'm doing is I'm dragging 45 degrees. So I'm collapsing this frame, which makes it easier. Because my legs are already in position, the body lock comes on super tight. So when we're here, so I've lost the high five, the Kimura. So what I'm seeing some guys, you're kind of coming up. What I like to do is I like to go backstroke, 45 degrees, move. Okay, now you've got the ability to pull your partner over here. You've got the ability to kick as well. Right. So I'm keeping close. So when I move, I'm not going ha-ha and giving him freedom. I'm kind of going ha-ha and I'm on his back. So this is rolling where I want him to be, and it gives me the ability, my hook should already be in. I can go straight to my seatbelt grip and my controls from here. As a general rule, my partner's going to fight the roll. So he'll generally try and bounce back up. As he bounces back up, that's my opportunity to start to look at taking the back on the opposite side. So if you don't take it on the first roll, you're kind of taking the back on the other side because it's going to roll that way. So just go to that position, just try that a couple of times, guys. 1, 2, 3. Next one. This is probably a more common reaction than an uncommon reaction, which is I go to Kimura, they simply grab me around the waist and they try and drive me back down. There's a couple of things that will benefit them, and there's a couple of things that will benefit me. And what it is, it's got to do with my post hand position. I'll explain. So as Dion's into my full guard, and I do the same thing, so dip, hip, swing, come up. Now, if my post hand is out wide here, if he grabs me, if he throws me down to his right hand side, I'm definitely going to go, because it's against my post. Because I'm posting here. But if I post, and my post is back, if he tries to drive, like I've got this really good ability. So what I'm seeing on the backstroke is, it's not lazy, but what people do is they kind of go 1, 2, and they're here, so that there's no post behind my back. So when he grabs hold of me, he can basically slam me straight down. Or worse about my arm gets caught into a kind of peculiar situation as well. So when I backstroke, I'm actually trying to backstroke. So elbow here, backstroke. So as it drives into me, I've got this ability to go, nope, 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 come over. The downhill about the speed one stage, I've got a lot of momentum going to his right, to my left. His left hand's in position, so he, right hand's in position. So he can kind of bridge and keep that. So I end up like kind of going, man, I almost had it. And worst case, he'll put me in the guard or half guard or something like that. So what we want to do is step up. Elbow, here, backstroke, here, boom, goes me, boom, so I'm stepping up. So I put my chest to my leg. It's really hard for him to continue to roll. Jaws of life, push the head down, and now I start to take the Kimura. So when we're here, even if he's got hold of me, like it's a jaws of life. So we'll just go to that position, roll over, step up, and jaws of life. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What I'm saying, in carnival is almost that what we think we should be doing versus what we want to do. And a lot of time that the people are doing this is I see them create space for my opponent. So they're trying to get the arm, so they're lifting up to get the arm, which gives my opponent the ability to move and to create space. So I want to keep my chest pinned to my knee to make it super tight so that they can't move. And we're either going to go back to our dream of Genie, option 1, or we're going to go to move. I have no idea what the name of it is, but it's I think I've called it hurts a lot. So we're going to have a look at that. It's pattern, hurts a lot. Okay, so Dion. Inside, okay, so elbow, dip the hip, back straight, come over, roll, step up, crush. Everybody understand? Turn my knee in. My hand goes underneath, my hand comes here. If it's the flat of my arm, hip no good, make sure it's a thumb up. Slow squeeze. So I try and make contact with my bicep to here, I come under, step in, and all I'm doing is I'm slow squeezing to make it finish. Really cool move. If you're not in that kind of thing, get out of my gym. No, if you're not into that kind of thing from here, what I do is I go hard to get the Kimura, and I've just taken every weight. So I said, if I'm here, I'm having trouble, I post, I step. Bring my leg backwards, come over, and I've got the Kimura on my partner, sit up, which I'm not going to do to his back shoulders. But the first option is better. Now don't try and push away, which gives me to the second option to finish. Let's go, have a place, yeah? Yes. So from here, okay, elbow, dip the hip, back strike, make sure it's backwards, come up. She grabs hold of me as I step up, so she's holding me. As I step up, I step up and crush. My hand goes under. My hands come together, I squeeze, make sure to blade my arm, come underneath and squeeze from here. I can grab my shin as well if I want to. If I'm here and she's defending it from here, I generally push off here, I step, I can go to the triangle from here, switch it, straight to the triangle to finish, or the omoplata, which is going the opposite way, and drag my partner over. Your choice, whatever you want to do from there. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm saying, everyone's getting that tip and they're lifting up, try and finish the partner. So you're giving me the space. I want to make sure I'm crushing my partner. I'm going to crush my partner. Take his head to my leg. Understand? Take his head to my leg. Cup here. So what I'm doing is I make sure I'm nice and forward over my partner. I just start to squeeze. So I'm seeing they're coming here. I'm low and I'm squeezing in nice and tight. The higher I am, the lower I am. Crank or choke? Choke?
It's not cranking that choke.
It's a hurt stone to choke. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go back to our doing again. And this is kind of set up more of, they'll normally try and bridge and roll and explode out of this. So I've kind of got to be ready for that. That's the most common thing. The stage where you can almost count down from 3 to 1 when they're going to bridge. It's kind of predictable. So as long as I know and I understand what they're generally going to do, I have a game plan ahead. So if I'm rolling someone and they're a little bit bigger, stronger, faster, better looking than me, which is almost everyone here. Okay, so dip the hip, back stroke, hand goes backwards 45 degrees, come over, here, step up, step up, step up, step up, and I'm in here, and I'm like, man, I feel this, like I'm going to strong get this. Okay, so 1 and 2. So I'm keeping that head down. So watch this, when I go here, I don't have control of the head, it can move. So the option is I go 1 and 2. The part is now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to push the hand down to get the Kimura. That will make him move and allow me to cinch it. So by the time I'm moving to the Kimura, there's too many variables. So to make the Kimura work is I hold the head, I push this down. So he has to move, otherwise the Kimura comes on. That's easy for me to grab now. Option number 2 is if I'm here and I'm like, this guy's rude, I post and I go to hurdlers, step, he bridges, but from here. So once again, guys, come around here, push the hands on my bottom. Okay, 1, 2, and the same move we did before, we just do it from the triangle position. 1, 2, 3. That's to say that I've ended up with Bill in the triangle position, but what's happened is his hands on the bad side, so his hand touching it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate the triangle. So the downwards, I can't bring this knee down any further because his body's in the way. So I go 1, 2, and I replicate the triangle. The beauty about it now is that I can pull this in super tight. So if I get rid of this, and it goes, haha, I'll pass the guard, this will put me in the position to finish it super fast. So think about it, so I've got the triangle. I replicate the triangle. I open up my leg. As it passes, I now squeeze, and it comes on. So all I'm doing is I'm replicating the triangle to inside the triangle, open up my leg, let it pass, and do the squeeze. I'm up. So we've got the triangle, and she's done the good jiu-jitsu, so she's rescued her hand. A lot of people like, they go to the Kimura. This is one of the options I go to first. So I replicate the triangle. So my hands are in exactly the same position as triangle. I go kick and squeeze. So triangle, this replicates that. This replicates that. So basically my hands form that leg. Kick it, hook it, shoot, go that, and just squeeze. 1, 2, 3.